Details on tonight's town council meeting on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, February 28th, 2013. I'm Sarah Colvin. Of course, town council meets tonight, and on Barnstable this morning. Earlier today, we talked with council president Dr. Deborah Dagwan, who ran down the orders of the day for the evening's meeting. We share that interview with you now. Gearing up for tonight's meeting, certainly a busy agenda looks like awaits you guys this evening.
Yes, we have quite a few Community Preservation Fund presentations tonight that will take up the majority of our meeting. It's going to be shortened a little bit because we had to push the 4 ordinances that we had planned to discuss or put into a public hearing tonight. We had to move them to another meeting in March due to the storm that we had. We had several storms, so we are going to continue the hearing on March 21st for the general ordinances for Chapter 54, the building and property maintenance. Also, the ordinance Chapter 170, the rental properties. Chapter 133, the noise ordinance, and the general ordinance, Article 1, Section 1 to 3, Chapter 70, the rental registration. Will all be dealt with at a workshop on March 14th that we have established, and then will be presented at open to a public hearing on March 21st.
Indeed, and I recall, Deb, that there was a workshop session scheduled for earlier this month, but because of all the snow, that did get canceled. So I was actually curious about that. So good to know that that will be continued to later on. So you say a workshop will take place March 13th, and then those public hearings will again occur on the 21st.
Yes.
So that will definitely lighten the load a little bit for this evening, I think.
Yeah. Really, we're anticipating getting these ordinances back on the agenda and addressing them. They're very important, and they've been around a while. So the storm kind of set us back a little bit, but we're still ready to move forward.
Absolutely, but certainly I want to be as informed as possible when moving forward. So, and again, as you mentioned, there's certainly a number of Community Preservation Fund requests that also appear on the agenda, and as you say, that will probably take a significant amount of time to get through.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about the requests that are before the council tonight?
Before tonight, we will have bring forth the medical marijuana treatment centers associated and activities, which will refer to a public hearing also on March 7th. So that will be pushed forward to March 7th. But as for the other amendments, we have the Administrative Code 242-44-2, which is the Problem and Property Appeals Committee. It's up for its second reading, so therefore the council should be able to vote on that tonight and move it forward. That'll be one of those ordinances we'll have completed. And then we were talking about the community preservation ones. We have one which they will be looking at. There's several actually. 4. And the Osterville Fields, the Recreation Department has asked that the community preservation put forth some money to help fund those fields out there. They are a priority in the from the recreation department, so that's very important. And we also have the West Parish Meeting House, which is community preservation funds will be used for historic preservation of the West Parish Meeting House, and that is one of the oldest buildings on Cape Cod, so it's in need of some repairs as well to its bell housing, the bell tower, the roof, and they're going to do an installation of the fire suppression system. And affordable accessory apartment programs is another one that the CPC will address, and they're looking at addressing the accessory affordable housing apartment program, which accounts for 12% of Barnstable's subsidized housing and inventory, which is contributes to the ongoing goal of making 10% of its total housing stock affordable to low and moderate income housing. So that is a great thing, and the town is really in need of more affordable housing. So it's nice to see that move forward. And we also have the school administration building, which is another historic building in our town, and the community preservation funds are going to be appropriated for that. And that's divided up into actually 3 entities. The historic preservation funds will be about $100,000 from the community preservation funds, and then under the community preservation funds of undesignated funds, about $97,000 towards that, the improvement of the school administration building, and then the town will kick in $100,000 from the general fund to complete that project.
Exactly, and that's some kind of similar work that to be done to the school administration building. Of course, it's on the same campus here as Town Hall, and so I'm thinking that's the kind of exterior brickwork and some repairs to the roof, that sort of thing.
Yes. There's some structural improvements that really need to be addressed to preserve the building.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, we have another affordable housing project that community preservation funds will be addressing, which is set aside for the purpose of creating a more affordable housing. And that is a project that's being, the project goal is to construct affordable homes at 72 Ginger Lane in Centerville. And that's going to be constructed by Habitat of Humanity. And the homes will be affordable to very low-income households earning between 45% and 65% of the area's median income. And then the home sale price will be approximately $133,000. So this project meets the criteria for community preservation projects as well.
Indeed. And then you have some appointments to board committees and commissions, some new members for the Economic Development Commission, Waterways Committee, et cetera.
Yes. We have we have a second reading for the Economic Development Commission and Waterways, so we should be voting those individuals in tonight from our last appointments committee meeting, and then we will have a first reading for the Council on Aging and Housing Committee, so that at our next meeting we will be able to vote those individuals in. And then we have an authorization for expenditures in excess of appropriation for the costs related to the storms that we've had. So we've kind of, these several storms that we've had, we've kind of met our quota on those. So we need to extend the amount of money that's appropriated for those kinds of things.
Exactly. I talked to Mark Milne last week, and he mentioned that the cost at that time when I talked to him hadn't come in yet, but just for tree removal alone could exceed $100,000. So certainly looking at a lot of money spent in cleaning up after those nasty storms. Let's hope they're all over for this year, Deb.
I hope so too. We got by last year with very little. I think they're just reminding us that in New England it's winter time that you're going to have these kinds of things. So
absolutely, you never know what's going to happen. So obviously a lengthy agenda for tonight. Anything else about tonight's meeting, Deb, that you'd like to get out there and let our viewers know about?
Well, we do have a new DPW director, and I think that the town manager will probably be introduced him and talk a little bit about that.
Again, Town Council meets tonight at 7 o'clock in the Town Hall hearing room. You can also watch live right here on Channel 18. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.